The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hello and welcome into Week 10 of the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman celebrates a Mountain Division title with a 56-14 win over the Tusculum Pioneers in the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee. Hello everyone, I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Ashley Ingram. Ashley, congratulations. This little engine that could has neared the mountaintop. It isn't the fastest engine, it isn't the prettiest engine, but doggone it, it keeps chugging. What can you say about this team? All the adversity that it's faced, there's still more hardware out there to potentially be won, but you've got one trophy this season, unbelievably, with your fifth-string quarterback leading your team to a 42-point win over the Pioneers.
I couldn't be more happy. You know, we're sitting here, we're 9-1. We won the Mountain Division. The guys have just done everything we've asked of them. These guys, most of them have had a kind of a tough career here, and just couldn't be more excited for them and for us to do what we've done. And you know, it's been talked about a lot, but we played the guy that was our fifth-team quarterback to start the season. The one loss we had, we started our fourth quarterback who actually had to leave the game at the end. I just don't know if any other team in America could do what these guys have done with the adversity we've had at quarterback.
I think of going back to potentially the 2011 season for Carson-Newman, that was a season pockmarked with loads of quarterback adversity. Eagles played 7 quarterbacks this year or that year due to injury, and that was Ken Sparks' first losing record as a team. I'm gobsmacked that you are 9-1 and winning games, being competitive in games with all the adversity that you have faced in that room. Can you put into words as a coach the heart palpitations that you've gone through managing the situation, albeit with, let's be honest, 5 pretty good quarterbacks?
Yeah. Well, you know, the mentality's been just the next guy up. And, you know, Coach Peterson's done a great job with our quarterbacks, and we just keep rocking and rolling, and then we go with the guy with what we have, and the guys have been impressive.
This was a game against the Pioneers where you started slow, down 7-0 after the first quarter. And then it was like a bomb went off. 21-point run in a 5-minute stretch in the second. Was it just a matter of patience and finding out what the defense was going to give you and then taking it?
Yeah, you know, our first 2 drives weren't great, and then the defense was playing well. We did go down 1 score. We score, and then we get a turnover, and kind of got the momentum going a little bit. And I thought it was our most complete game that we've played as a team and special teams unit. But no, we just were resilient, and we found a way. And then offensively, you know, we got off to a slow start, but I think we scored 42 offensive points on 44 offensive snaps, and then the way the defense played was impressive as well.
Carson-Newman gets the job done over Tusculum to win the Mountain Division. Final score 56-14. We'll break down the first half in detail when we come back after this on the Ashley Ingram Show.
Believe in Nashville. Believe in Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville. Believe in communities where people take care of each other. Believe in staying true to your word and treating others the way you'd want to be treated. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee, we believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
When it comes to the things you love the most in life, you want an insurance company who knows you and cares about you. At Carriage Hill Insurance, that's not just what they do, that's who they are. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business, you'll get the best coverage for the best cost. From Tennesseans who know Tennesseans. Carriage Hill Insurance. Insurance with a human touch.
Hey guys, it's Mark from the all-new Rusty Wallace Hyundai, and we're proud to be supporters of the Carson-Newman Eagles. At Rusty Wallace Hyundai, we're home of the 200,000-mile warranty and 3 years free maintenance. And we want to wish Coach Ingram and all the coaches, players, and fans a great football season. So come and check us out at RustyWallaceHyundai.com. So from my family and all the Rusty Wallace Hyundai family, talons up!
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman collects its largest margin of victory over the Tusculum Pioneers since the year 2000. 56-14 winners. Eagles in the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee. Adam Cavalier alongside the Eagles head man Ashley Ingram. Ashley, a first half that was marked by an incredible second quarter, 28 points. And you find the end zone in uncommon ways. First defensive touchdown of the season comes from Jimmy Olarinde. Was that pick six the spark that lit the tinder to give you the lead?
I think so. You know, we'd started to play a little better on offense, but it gave us a lot of momentum. And our defense has played well all year, but we hadn't been getting the turnovers. Yeah. And we got some of those, and obviously to get the two defensive touchdowns was huge.
Felt like for a second straight week, the line of scrimmage defensively, it was a yard or two in the backfield. Felt like you got incredible push. Is my assertion correct?
Yeah, no doubt. we played great. We played great, and we were in their backfield. We're disruptive, and it's hard to be successful on offense when things are happening on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
In preseason, you told me that you thought Jaden Sullins could be a 1,000-yard rusher. He hits that mark with his fourth 150-yard performance of the season, and it was him who started moving the football in that second quarter. 5 straight carries, got him up to about 80 yards on a couple of drives. I guess how nice is it to be right?
No, it's good. And, he got off to a slow start, too. We weren't running the fullback a lot early on. So for what he's done, and then you look at just the production of the position. Tyler Curtis had a long touchdown run as well. So, no, it's great to get the fullback going. If we can do that, we'll typically be successful here.
What is it about him that enables him to be successful at that position?
Well, at that position, he's athletic. I mean, he can make the moves, he can make cuts, he can get an open field and obviously score from a long ways out. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, even though we hadn't done a lot of that. So he's just a talented young man.
That second quarter, it felt like that Tusculum had a bit of momentum, and then you just took a pin to that balloon, especially with the pick six. How important was it to put things away early, given the nature of a rivalry game?
Well, I thought it was huge, and Coach Taylor's obviously does a good job. He's a good coach. They're going to be really good there. You've got Wade Lang on offense, who has a great history at Wofford, who's a very good coach. So very similar styles of play to what we play. So I was fearful that the game was going to be really close, come down to the end, going to be one of those kind of knockdown, drag-out type games. So for us to get up like that was obviously huge.
Carson-Newman led it 28-7 at the halftime break, and here are the first half highlights.
Off. Palazzo out of the gun. Takes the snap, will play fake, and get hit in the backfield and dropped by Martavis Mason. Palazzo was able to lurch his body forward and get back to the line of scrimmage, but Martavis Mason was in his face from the word go. It's second down and 10 to go. Or 8 to go, pardon me, after the 2-yard gain for Tusculum. Ball spotted on the right hashes at the Carson-Newman 47-yard line. Palazzo out of the gun. Will hand off straight ahead to Hunt, and there is nowhere to run for him. Kendall Williams, Cruz Temple, Martavis Mason, all tag team Hunt, who only picks up a yard down to the 45-yard line. 4th down and 6 to go for the Pioneers. An All-American candidate punter, Stephen Forbes, is on to boot of the Pioneers, shuffle into a flex bone look. With the fullback they fake the handoff to him. Instead, they'll hand off left side to one of the slots. That's Hunt. He tries it left side. He gets across the 40 into the boundary left and down to the 39-yard line. Williams and Cottle with the stop after 3 yards, 2nd and 7. In the gun, Restall off his left hip, 2 receivers to the wide side right. Single man Hagens to the short side left. Snap back, play fake. Palazzo keeps it left side. Palazzo, hop step left, hop step right, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tusculum. Matthew Palazzo calls his own number, and the senior out of Chucky Doak puts Tusculum in front 6-0 with 3:05 to play in the first quarter. 3 yards ups him after 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Johnson will turn and hand off to Sullins again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Flag flies as Sullins rumbles inside the 30, down to the 25, outside the right side hashes. It's an 8-yard gain. Ernest Johnson in on the stop. Flags flew as Sullins was being tackled to the ground. Here, they can let the quarter clock expire. 3rd and 8. Johnson will take and roll the pocket right. Johnson throws right side of the end zone. It is hauled in. It is complete. It is a first down to the 1-yard line to Jeremiah Carroll, who's hit immediately by Jingosian out of bounds at the 1. He was in the end zone, had to come back at the right pylon to grab it. Grabbed it. Momentum carried him out of the end zone. Sullins, the fullback, as Johnson takes the snap, lurches forward. Johnson on the QB sneak is in. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. First career rushing touchdown for Justin Johnson. A 1-yard plunge was easy for Johnson. And the Eagles, a PAT away from tying this one up 4 seconds into the second quarter. Quarter in a 7-7 ball game. Diamond formation again. The handoff goes to the dive back. And he surges forward over the right hashes up to the 23-yard line. Christian Hicks and Kendall Williams with the stop.
Verse at them into their own bench.
Trips to the wide side right. Palazzo in the gun with Hunt to his left. Sling it middle of the field. It is intercepted by Christian Hicks. No, it's Jimmy Olorinde. And he totes it the left sideline for 6. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Jimmy Olorinde strikes the Piesman. The big man rumbling 12 yards on the interception return. And the Eagles lead 13-7. 10:52 to play in the second quarter. Go in the third quarter, 28-7. Eagles leading. Johnson under center turns and gives to Sullins straight ahead. He's got the 1,000-yard rushing season on a whole lot more. Sullins along the left sideline, stumbling inside the 30 and 20 and forced out of bounds in Pioneer territory down at the 20-yard line by Radcliffe. A bruising 52-yard run for Jaden Sullins. He needed 4 yards to become Carson-Newman's 29th 1,000-yard rusher. God.
Those are the first half highlights of Carson-Newman's 56-14 win over the Tusculum Pioneers. Ashley, for the first time really since the West Virginia State game in week 2, a substantive lead on the road at the break. What was your message to the team in the halftime locker room?
Well, we just needed to keep playing, and really the message was, the only way they could get back in this game was turnovers or on defense, kind of getting lazy with their eyes and giving up big plays. So we just needed to keep playing.
It was a clean game by Carson-Newman and Tusculum standards. Of course, the reference point, you go back to the brouhaha last year, which by Carson-Newman Tusculum standards would be a minor skirmish compared to other years. Credit to you, credit to Billy Taylor, I thought, and probably a credit to both sets of players as well, given the fact that Tusculum spent a week on campus when they were displaced by Helene. Clean game, especially by Carson-Newman and Tusculum standards.
Right. I thought, I have a lot of respect for Coach Taylor. The first time I saw him back in January, we both were on the job, we had a conversation about we're going to do things differently, and he brought up the conversation, so hats off to him. He certainly had talked to his team about how he wanted them to kind of play and represent. We did the same with ours. And I think the other thing is, Dr. Fowler, extending the welcome to Tusculum to have their team on our campus. I think hopefully took some of the edge off of that, and just understand they're good guys just like we are, and we're all trying to compete and win, but we don't need any animosity towards each other.
Some first-class moves by Tusculum as well. One presented Dr. Fowler with a ball signed by every member of their team, but also, and fans might not have awareness of this, but Dom Donnelly and the crew over at Tusculum, first-class individuals administratively. Moment of silence for AD Emeritus David Barger, who passed away last week, and he got a standing ovation from the crowd. Truly some first-class moments by the Pioneers that you don't often see out of an opponent, but deserve to be recognized.
Yeah, no doubt. They were first class in everything that they did.
Carson-Newman gets the job done over Tusculum, 56-14. We'll break down the second half when we return after this on the Ashley Ingram Show.
Believe in Nashville. Believe in Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville. Believe in communities where people take care of each other. Believe in staying true to your word and treating others the way you'd want to be treated. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee, we believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the court, when you win a heart, when you win their trust, when you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman prevails in the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee, 56-14 over the Tusculum Pioneers. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside the Eagles head man, Ashley Ingram. Ashley, a second half that is marked potentially by the greatest play in football history. Sherman Turner Jr., thick six, refrigerator on wheels, Piesman, big boy tutty. I don't care how you phrase it, but to see all 6 feet, 330 pounds of him rumbling, bumbling, not stumbling, 82 yards to the house to finish the scoring, truly incredible. A joyous moment on the sideline. How do you encapsulate it?
Well, Sherman's a great young man. Like you said, maybe one of the more remarkable plays that I've ever seen. I think he had a convoy with him. I think he needed every single one of those guys there to kind of build a wall to keep Tusculum from catching him. Great play. Everyone was excited. I will say this, I'm a little disappointed in Sherman. He threw the football at the end and it hit a Tusculum player. So we're going to have a little sit down this afternoon when I get here and see him. I knew it happened, but I saw it on film, so we'll keep coaching everything. Yeah. But we got to work on his ball security. He was a little loose with that. But he's a great young man, and I'm really excited for him. I was excited for our team, too, because they were fired up for him.
It's worthy of your time. We're not going to put it in the show for copyright reasons, but go on Twitter, X, whatever it's called these days, and find the version set to Chariots of Fire in slow motion. It is something special, especially for the detail that you can pick up on the sideline. That was obviously... it might be the highlight of the season. It was certainly the highlight of the second half. But you really got a ton of guys involved after halftime. Keith in Washington takes an end around 57 yards to the house. Tyler Curtis has a nice moment with his longest rush of the year for his fourth touchdown. How gratifying is it to see those guys reap some reward? No,
it was great. These guys worked their tails off. And to get as many guys in the game as we did was awesome. We threw a touchdown pass that was called back on an illegal block. That's disappointing because those wide receivers, they work so hard, they block so much, they do everything for the team. And to have one taken away from Cade on a perfect route and a perfect throw is disappointing. But it's great that we were able to play so many guys.
The flip of that is at least Cade did get into the end zone on a reverse. pretty vanilla game, though. I mean, you just ran the ball right at them. Right. That was the only flash moment. You kind of touched on it earlier, but when the fullback works, you can click.
Yeah, and what they were doing defensively, they were trying to keep the ball inside. And so kind of offensively, we take what people give us, or at least we attempt to, and we did a good job blocking on the interior as well.
You have said multiple times this season, we're redshirting people. We're redshirting people. We've got some talent that we are saving. Well, this week and last week a little bit, you have taken advantage of the new NCAA legislation that allows Division II teams to play kid 3 games and still retain that red shirt. And boy, do you have some talent hidden behind the curtain. Jalen Sandifer, a forced fumble, a sack for a guy that hasn't seen the field. Conrad Bryant continues to be a freak athlete on kickoffs. Can you speak to what those guys have been able to do in the small sample size that they've been on the field?
They're both talented, just those 2 guys in particular. There's more behind them as well. Conrad Bryant has almost single-handedly transformed our kickoff coverage team. He has a willingness to make plays. He's the first guy down the field. He's made a lot of tackles. Now, we've got to pull him back. He's played in his 3 games. Jalen's played in 2, so we'll continue to play him this week. But we've got a great group of young kids that are going to be great for us here in the years to come.
Carson-Newman prevails over Tusculum 56-14. And here are, stick around for Sherman Turner's scoop and score, your second half highlights.
Touchdown is really what they need.
Second and goal from the 15 on the left hashes. Johnson will play fake. It's reverse to Cade Meeks. Meeks looking for the edge. He's across the 10. He's across the 5. Meeks is into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. David Barger smiling down from above with that one. Meeks makes it a 34-7 game on the 15-yard reverse with 10:21 to play in the third quarter. Get your orange and blue ready up on the pearly gates, Mr. Barger. 34-7. Eagles in control, looking for the Mountain Division title. Eagle 35. Restall to the right of Palazzo in the gun. Palazzo takes the shotgun snap, gives to Restall. He is caught in the backfield by Mekhi Brown and stopped for a loss back at the 40. A loss of 4, a turnover on downs. The Eagles' defense stiffens.
Yeah, if I went through a list of plays that I probably wouldn't call, that would be maybe on the not that I'm
yard for the Pioneers. Left hashes, Eagle 31. Palazzo will hand off. This goes nowhere. Christian Hicks and Cruz Temple. Who else? Throttle the play in the backfield. A loss of 2 back to the 33, and it's 4th and 3 for the Pioneers with 2:22 to play in the third quarter, and the Eagles leading 35-7.
situations against Tusculum.
4th and 3 for the Pioneers. Left hash at the Eagle 33. Palazzo will give to Dion left side. He won't get away from Storm Livesey. It's another loss on the play. -2. Turnover on downs. Carson-Newman football.
Don't get me started.
Pioneers, they turn it over on downs. Johnson under center in the flex bone. He will give on the dive. The Red Sea has parted for Jaden Sullins. He's off and running across midfield and cut down over the boundary right side by Hubert in Pioneer territory down at the 43-yard line. 23-yard rush for Jaden Sullins. He's up over 150 yards on the day. Third 150-yard rushing performance this season. This 35-7 lead. 2nd and 25 for the Eagles. Johnson will turn and hand off to Tyler Curtis. Straight ahead, he breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he rumbles over the left hashes to the house. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Yeah, the dive can work even when it's 2nd and 25. 29 yards for the score, and it's a 41-7 lead for the Eagles. 14:45 to go in the fourth.
Well, the guy that
in the gun, Hunt to his right, 2 receivers to the wide side left. Palazzo takes, play fake, back to pass, zips it right sideline, incomplete. Nice defense by Jackson Ward, who flipped it away from Ashton Hagens as it came to him along the right sideline down at the 18-yard line. Ward was behind him, flipped the right hand over his shoulder without.
Right here is just being really safe and really sound with the football.
2nd and 5. They'll give on an end around to Adebayo to the right side. Adebayo's into the second level. Adebayo clears sailing along the right sideline. Washington tight roping to the pylon. He's in. Keithan Washington, 57 yards on the end around. A flag in the backfield, though. Hold the phone. Left, he's pressured, the ball is out. It is scooped up by Sherman Turner. Turner has blockers along the right sideline. Turner, does he have the wheels? Tusculum is catching up. Turner's along the right sideline inside the 10. Turner is forcing his way into the end zone. Yes, he did. Strike the Piesman, baby. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Big man scoop and score. 87 yards for Sherman Turner Jr. Get him some oxygen. Eagles have put half 100 on the Pioneers.
Wow. Kieran Scholler-Davis, you're probably not recruiting Sherman Turner for your 100 meters, but I'll tell you what he did do is he finished that. He was as fast at the beginning of his run as he was at the end, even though he was running out of oxygen. And great job right there.
55-14 of this contest. Eagles end it with an exclamation point and take the Mountain Division Championship. Carson-Newman prevails and gets the crown in fine fettle, 56-14 in the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee, and heads into the handshake line with some hardware and potentially some more to come. Eagles head to Wingate next week for the SAC title. David Needs, it started slow today, but boy did it end with a bang.
Yes, for sure.
Those are the second half highlights from Carson-Newman's 56-14 win over Tusculum in the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee. When we return on the Ashley Ingram Show, it's time for our Talent Talk, and that's after these messages.
At Carson-Newman, we're not just creating nurses, we're shaping leaders.
Where else can you find a university that offers full room and board plus an unlimited meal plan for ROTC scholarship cadets? Only here, where excellence meets generosity. Step into our state-of-the-art Skills Lab, a sanctuary for practical learning exclusive to our nursing students. It's here that excellence becomes second nature.
With our student-focused approach, every class is an opportunity for personalized growth, thanks to our exceptional student-to-professor ratio. Experience a learning environment where collaboration thrives, supported by a strong bond between cadres and students, ensuring your success is never left to chance. And for those aiming to join our esteemed nursing program, high priority are given to Army ROTC Nursing Scholarship recipients, a testament to our commitment to your future. Dive into a nursing program where your military training at CST translates into academic credits, a rare opportunity to fast-track your degree. Join a battalion recognized for its outstanding performance, celebrated by the VA and the East Tennessee Military Affairs Council. This is where leaders are born, when you're not just prepared for the future, but you're prepared to lead it.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show, Carson-Newman victorious over Tusculum in Week 10, 56-14 in the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee. Time for this week's Talent Talk and Walking the Field with Andrew Rogers. It's Cruz Temple.
Hi again, everyone. This is another episode of Talent Talk. I'm Andrew Rogers, and this is sophomore linebacker Cruz Temple.
Seamer lined up to Bentley's right. Takes the shotgun snap. Bentley pressured late by Cruz Temple. Temple has him, and he sacks him back at the 10. Cruz Temple, a delayed cannon shot up the gut.
Cruz would start walking. Interesting journey for you to get to Carson-Newman. Started at East Carolina, the last 2 years at Arkansas State. Talk me through what led you here.
Well, I entered the portal. I had some injuries at Arkansas State that kind of set me back, and then I just felt like it was time for a change, something different. And I entered the portal. Coach Allman and Coach Jameson, they reached out to me and got me up here on a visit. And I came up here, saw the place, and met the coaches, and that's mainly what I was interested in, because I've been with the bells and whistles and all that, so I wasn't very interested in that. I just wanted to get to know people and genuine coaches, and I feel like I found that here, and it's staying without time since I've been here.
Yeah. How did being in 2 Division I programs for the last couple of years benefit you as you joined this team?
I mean, really, I guess you realize what's really important in college football. Not all the bells and whistles and facilities, but the people that surround you and the coaches who's leading you to be young men and play this sport.
Football is in your family's DNA. Your dad was a college football player at South Carolina. Your brother's currently a defensive lineman at Pitt. So where would you say your passion with that comes from?
Definitely my dad has instilled it in us at a little age. I started playing when I was 6 years old. So it's been my favorite sport since I started playing. So it's a family thing, I guess.
To the wide side left, single man short side right. Wesley back to pass. Cruz Temple blitzes him up the middle, and Mekhi Brown finishes him off. A sack back to the 15.
Yes. I'll change it up on here. Let's ask a couple fun questions, get to know you. What's your number one hobby outside of football?
I probably have to go with fishing.
Okay.
I like
Big
to fish a lot.
Any particular place that you enjoy fishing the most?
I mean, the Carolinas, they have a bunch of spots, but I'll pond fish, lake fish, anything.
What is something that's on your bucket list, if you have one, that you want to do in the near future or long future?
The bucket list? Go deep sea fishing.
Okay. Never done it?
No, never done it.
Okay. What would you say is your favorite memory on the football field? Is there something that you can pinpoint that moment? Could be a tackle, could just be winning a big game, that final play. What would you kind of point out as your favorite moment in your football career?
It probably comes from this season when we had that tragic win against Mars Hill, came back, and everybody on the sideline, just to see how everybody still believed and never doubted and thought and knew that we was going to win that game, and then to see it actually happen in front of us, that was probably one of the craziest moments, best moments of my football history.
Yeah, that's a good way to segue back to talking about your football season. This team's had a pretty good season, has had some quality wins as of that one, including a Wingate win this season. What has allowed this team to face adversity and overcome it so well?
Really, I mean, we're just, as Coach Ingram says, we want to be the closest team and the toughest team, and it starts with being the closest team in the locker room. I mean, everybody has each other's back, and we'll go out there and lay everything on the line. And I mean, I like suiting up with my guys, and I like going against whoever wants to line up against us every week. So
you've had a pretty good first year here on the banks of Mossy Creek. I think 3 tackles pretty much in every single game, a sack and a half against ranked Wingate. How have you been able to assert yourself into this defense right away?
Really just being myself, being the football player I've always been, just effort and physicality. That's kind of what I base myself off of, and I just run to the ball, try to help my brothers.
All right, Cruz, thanks for the time. Best of luck this year.
Appreciate you.
That is sophomore linebacker Cruz Temple. I'm Andrew Rogers on this episode of Talent Talk.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Ashley Ingram, Cruz Temple, what a pleasant addition he has been at linebacker for your team. Continues to earn more and more snaps and continues to wreak havoc. What can you say about his character and commitment on the field?
He is a heck of a football player, great young man, energy, toughness, personified. He's everything you could hope for in an inside linebacker.
All right, playing for a championship. Travel plans gleefully change. You've got to go over to Wingate, 3 p.m. kick at Irwin Belk Stadium to take on the Bulldogs for the South Atlantic Conference Championship. You've already seen them win in overtime 31-28, but mercy, that is a really, really good football team. If Marquise Fleming's not the Defensive Player of the Year in the league, I'd like to know who is. but defensively as good as it gets in this league, not only this season, but arguably over the last decade plus. What sticks out to you about matchup number 2 with the Bulldogs?
Well, Marquise will get our vote. He's really good. Coach Jordan's done a great job in transition. I know he's been there a while, but his first year as head coach, just what a talented team, what a tough team, what a disciplined team, their style of play. I told him after our game is they're a program, the way they do things, we'd like to emulate. You know, I think they're front 7 on defense. I think 5 of the 7 are seniors or grad students. They redshirt kids. They have them in their program a long time. There's not a lot of transfers. It's all kind of homegrown. But they are talented. They are tough. There's a reason they were ranked number 1 in our region. Obviously, we beat them the first go around. So we're going to go over there and know we have our hands full, know we have a tall task to go to their place and to be able to beat them, but we're going to give it everything we have.
Obviously, the defense gets all the credit in the world. I mean, Wingate is top 5 defensively nationally in pretty much every category. The offense, I would argue, is a touch underrated because of how much attention the defense gets. Brooks Bentley, one of the steadier signal callers in this league. What sticks out to you about the Bulldogs offensively?
Well, they're good, and what they do, and credit to their coaching staff, is they play complementary football. So they're a running football team that throws the ball well. They're physical on both sides of the ball. They understand you don't get style points. And, they win games kind of the old-fashioned way. They beat you by a couple scores, but it hurts. It's a little different than some of the football that's played now. But, no, they are a great football team. I think somebody told me they've given up maybe 85 points on the season or something along those lines.
They've given up 37 since they played Carson-Newman.
Right, yeah, they are very good. And we will have our hands full, but we are super excited for the opportunity. We're super excited for the challenge. And in our first season with what we've endured to be in this position, I don't think anybody would have dreamt we would have been here, including myself. So we're excited, and again, it's just a credit to our guys that we're in this position.
Ashley, pleasure as always. Congrats on a Mountain Division title.
Thank you.
It's Carson-Newman head football coach Ashley Ingram. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been the Ashley Ingram Show. Thanks for watching.